Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Teaching Learning English. Many people have doubt regarding the social media, that social media are only used for just time pass, and some businessman, business organization, they actually put forward their ads and their ideas to the peoples. But how can we connect the social media with English language is a very important issue in the present day world. If you are practicing your English language and you really want to enhance your English language skills, and you are looking for the platform where you can practice your English, social media can be one of the best platforms. People all over the world, they can join it. And the interesting thing is, why don't you select somebody else, not only always the native speaker, but sometimes the non-native speaker also. For example, an Indian person can have Japanese friends. Both of them are learning English, and they can share their experiences, how they have been learning, and what are the areas they feel really challenging and problematic in practice, and which areas of language are easier comparatively than other areas. For example, as we know, there are 4 skills in language. So if you really want to improve your English language skills, you should focus to the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Similar, there are 2 aspects. I often say, they are vocabularies and grammar. If you go for those 6 areas of English language, then you will not have problem. And you can make friends of different nationalities, or let's say those friends whose first language or mother tongue is different than yours. And when you communicate with each other, at that time you use English language, even though you might have some sort of problems and he might have some sort of problem. But the thing is, you can learn from each other. Those things are very important to consider. I have some friends, some of them are from Brazil, and some of them are from Korea, and some of them are from European countries also, where the English is not their first language. And we share the issues, the problems, the difficulties while practicing pronunciations, grammars, vocabularies, and so many other things. And we often spend about half an hour in chat, and sometimes video chat we do. So those things actually giving me some sort of input, and those are encouraging me to move ahead. And I have been realizing which areas of English language are particularly problematic for the learner of second language, and how it is related, and what is the bond, how powerfully the bond between English language and the user's first language, or let's say mother tongue is. I have some American friends also. They are trying to teach, help me the American accent. But in my case, if I really want to share my experience, in my case, it is very difficult to practice the particular accent, because my accent is heavily affected by my mother tongue. That is not bad, but it is very difficult to move from my accent to somebody else's accent. You can notice that my accent is very much neutral, I guess, and it is more related to the Hindi and Bengali and Nepali people, how they speak their English language, something. And another important thing is, even though your accent is particularly different from the standard English, it's not that much problematic when you go to the people of other accent. For example, the Japanese who is practicing English language and who speaks fluent English, and the Chinese and Korean, the people from Brazil, the people from India. So they can actually help you to how to neutralize your accent. Maybe common accent, something like that. It is not that much necessary to sound it like American English or British English, but whatever English you speak, it doesn't matter if you try your best to make it neutral. Here, please do not take it what I have just mentioned is not it is not necessary to go nearby British or American English. It's okay if you try your best to follow that accent. Otherwise also, your accent is your property, but you should try your best to neutralize. That is my suggestions while using English. And more importantly, I was talking about the social media, how we can use social media for the promotion developments of our English language. Obviously we can do that by making friends in Facebook and in WhatsApp and Viber, so we can communicate through all the skills can be practiced through social media. So it can be one of the best platforms in practicing your English. If you really know, or if you strategically or artistically apply the social media as the tool to promote your English and to practice your English, it can be a good platform. So with no doubt you can work those things. Let me tell one example of my friend who was very much interested to learn English language. We can often say that he was dying to learn English language, and he has the desire to practice some of the prominent accent of English language. That means at least British and American English. He wanted to get a mastery in American accent and British accent. And what he did is, at that time he didn't have native speaker friends, or let's say friends from America or Great Britain. He didn't have friends, but he used YouTube that I am speaking right now. Also, this is the platform. YouTube is one of the tools to practice his English. So he learned so many things about British English and American English by using the YouTube, which is very much interesting and important. And he spent about 7 months, according to him. He spent 7 months to practice. Sorry. He spent 7 months to practice his British English, British accent, and then again happier about 6 months to practice American accent. So he got that mastery, and he speaks his speaking, he can give flavor of British English and American English to any accent and to any case. So that is very important. And one funny things, sometimes we used to do later on when we met some American people who speak American English, then he used to speak British with them, with British accent. And they often used to ask them, oh, your higher educations, or are you, did you spend a lot of time in Britain, United Kingdoms? Then he used to smile and said, no, I just practice language over here. Then they surprisingly said that, oh, your accent is typical to the British English. And that used to happen. And with the British people, he used to use American accent, and they often ask the similar type of questions. These things actually are very interesting. Then I asked him that you didn't do any major in English. For example, you didn't study major English, English literature, English language, nothing. You just completed your BSc and now your English is very good. What is the secret behind it? And he said that you may not believe me, but the reality, the truth is I use YouTube is one of the tool, or let's say platform, through which I practice this accent. Then I asked, how come, how is it possible by YouTube? Then he said that I spent a lot of time and I focus myself. If you ask me my time schedules, I used to practice trying to getting those accent at the midnight. Midnight means the whole environment is very calm, cool, and I could focus 100% what I am trying to do that one. So putting giving the high value to the English language, I practiced hard for about 1 year to learn, to get to catch up those accents. So I did now, and I feel very confident, and it has become very good and better for me to use this language. And now I am a English language tutor also, instructor also. Then I have been earning a good amount of money, and people also respect me. Even you are also asking me, you are the professor of the university, but asking me how did I actually achieve this goal of learning English. So this is very good news for me, and it gives me pleasure and happiness, and I really want to suggest other people also to practice by giving the high level of priority with positive attitudes and so many things with the full or 100% concentration. If you practice for 6 months or about maximum 1 year, you can handle the accent properly, so you can speak like native speaker, no problem. and the pathetic situation of most of the countries where English is used as second language, or it is the medium of instructions in the schools and colleges. You know, the problem is, even after learning about 10 years, 15 years or 20 years English language, which is the easiest language in the world, people are not getting that kind of confidence and satisfaction in learning English. So you have to give priority, you have to focus, you have to hit with the high level of what we say, high level of desire and positive attitudes. Then only you can grab it like me. So my friend often say like that way. So it was the example of one of my friends who used YouTube as one of the best platform and tool through which he could drastically change his way of speaking and standard of English language, and competence and performance of English language. Then he is earning well now, and he is living the very happy life, and he has got the success what he had desired. So through this also, I really want to request all you users, all you learners, all you practitioners who have been trying to improve your English language knowledge and skills level. So work hard, be focused and concentrated, be positive in attitudes, and you can achieve the goal like my friends. By using the social media, I have given you one example of how YouTube changed my friend's life in using and learning English. That so many schools and universities have not been able to change somebody's life in desire in learning English language. I have seen many people who have the problems even after completing their masters in English literature, English language, and sometimes PhD also. The problem is there in using English language. So if you also practice by using the social media, one of the platform, one of the tool to practice your English, to learn your English, then you can achieve the mastery, you can achieve your goal. And thank you very much. Best of luck in learning your English language. And if you have any questions, any problems regarding English use, and if you have any questions or confusions, you can freely ask me. You can write the questions or comments to my videos and content, so that we can make this platform as one of the best platform to practice English language, because we share the common problems and common opportunities in learning English language. Thank you very much. Have a good time. Stay safe. Stay home. Thank you.